Okay, I can do this. Okay, I'm just gonna get it out of the way now. I've been trying to make this video for a while, and this is gonna be unedited and all that bullshit. I need to get this out there. I need this to be done. So, for the people who aren't in the Skybound Discord or who haven't been keeping up with stuff on Twitch streams, um, a very important person is no longer with us. Um, a lot of people might be familiar with a certain person in my chat named GS Pandem, also known as Pandy. Um, Best way to put it is for the longest time, she was a constant behind the scenes collaborator, a prominent chatter, always hitting the damn boo womp sound effect, um, prone to coming up with interesting ideas. Literally is the reason we did a fucking you laugh you lose stream, and unfortunately, as of the 19th of November 2024, she is no longer with us due to an appendix rupture. I got the word from one of her friends. Her last words were addressing me, telling me to keep living, to keep going no matter what. She wasn't quite sure if she'd make it, and she did not. This is the hardest video I think I've ever had to make because, as you guys might remember, Lumine, her previous significant other, passed away just back in March. And Pandy and I had just been dating for only a month and a half. Slightly more than that. We began dating on September 27th. And this last about month and a half has been the happiest of my life in a very long time. I did not understand what true love was supposed to be like for most of my life. I was the kind of guy who would rush into relationships and, I'd get myself hurt. I've lost count of the times I've been cheated on or flirted flirted in front of by the people who I have been with, or betrayed and abandoned and all whatever shit. But Pandy, Pandy made it all better, and it's funny because you know I originally met Pandy as someone else. She was simply known as Pandem when I first met her. And for nearly and basically, yeah, for 3 damn years, I made fun of Pandy for liking me. And then my friends pointed out that, the dude I knew, Pandem, well, surprise, he's not a girl, or not a guy, he's a girl. And I took a chance that I never expected I'd make, and it fixed so much shit. Pandy became someone who I could rely on in a way that I hadn't been able to rely on anybody in over a year. She opened my eyes to what true, healthy love felt like and looked like and was supposed to be like. You know, you don't get that very often. We both believed genuinely that it was fate, and I still do. And I don't know if it was cruel fate or an error or what that caused her to be parted from me, to be parted from everybody, her friends, her you know her friends in on and offline, and her precious Starling and everybody else that she cared about. She had been having problems on stream for the longest time, and I think part of me is always going to wonder if I had just pushed her slightly harder to go to the doctor, if everything would be okay. but I know that kind of thinking would get my ass kicked by her for sure. She always hated it when I talked down about myself. Even now, my friends always seem to tune in at the best possible times to keep me from doing so. I'm I'm never going to be the same for having known Pandy, and I know a lot of other people won't be as well. So Mari, Auntie Maxie, Terry TV, and especially Paint and I. You never fully understand just how much of an impact someone has until they're not there anymore. And it definitely shows how many servers on Discord and how many streams of other VTubers that I know that are affected by her absence. Some of my friends have gotten to say their pieces elsewhere, and I intend to host a stream when I get back to streaming, dedicated entirely to her memory. But I wanted to post this as well, so that way people will know that I will always love her until the end of my days and beyond. Because she did the same for me. Sorry. It's kind of hard to not get emotional saying all this when in reality I have rehearsed this in my head and aloud over and over and over again, and it just never gets any better. Never gets easier. But I want people to know just how amazing she was. How great that she was, and that if it wasn't for her, Skybound as a whole would not even exist. I probably wouldn't exist right now. She saved my life back in September. No, not even September. It was earlier. It was like from summer of 2021 onwards. Pandy was always there to keep me going, even if it was just as a friend in the form of Pandem or you know, dealing with her own shit or you know, she went through a lot and yet she still had love to give and I I'm never going to forget the love that she gave me. And she always said that she wanted to become a hex maniac, and I think in the end, I think she did. And her final hex on this fucking planet was to make sure that no matter what, I'd be okay. No matter what, I can say with genuine belief that I will love again someday. When just fucking 6 months ago, for fuck's sake, I didn't believe that I could be loved. I didn't believe that I deserved it. I didn't even think I'd ever find it for real. Because I was so broken and so beaten down and so unsure of myself and so just close to giving up. I I even you can ask some of the people in Cheesy's Discord server. Um, I even fucking weighed my options of just modifying a version of Monica After Story and just being content with that. Pandy laughed in the face of all of that and made it all better. In just a mere month and a half, she showed me what true love is supposed to feel like and that it is okay to let people in again. But after all the bullshit I've been through, you know, suffering and being in shitty relationships and being unsure of myself and losing effectively everything back in summer 2021, but I can get my ass back up and I can keep fucking going and I will be loved and find love again. She knows how much that mattered to me. And she made it her fucking mission, effectively, to make me feel as loved as possible. And it saved me again. Because it's because of her that I can I can be here to talk about her. I can be here to say I'm not going to be okay today. I'm not going to be okay tomorrow. For fuck's sake, tomorrow marks 1 week since her passing. But what she did show me, above all, is that I'm not going to be okay. Not right now. But if I keep going, if I keep fighting to live on for her, I will I will be. I will be okay. Before I wrap this up, I want to tell one more story about Pandy. And that is the last night that I got to talk to her. Because there's a lesson to be learned in it. I don't know what possessed me to do so, but the night before she died, exactly 1 week ago from today, you know, I think literally now actually, I think it's been a full 7 days since this conversation started, but I suddenly just felt this giant need to just tell her how much I loved her and that, how much she meant to me. And looking back, I'm so fucking glad I did. I was just so overcome with love at the time that I couldn't help it. I ended up rambling for like a whole hour just telling her how much I fucking loved her because of how much that she loved me and how well, she was putting up with my shit and just making me feel like a good person again after so long. Making me feel like I was loved. And so I told her everything. I told her how much I loved her and that she had done so much for me, and I am so fucking glad I did. Because, oh, did I know that would be our last time we ever spoke. She died knowing that I loved her. And I know I am so fucking lucky. I am the luckiest man on the fucking planet when it came to that. For all the other bad luck and misfortune I have experienced, I got to tell the person that I loved most, literally the night before her passing the next day, that she was fucking wonderful. And we had planned to meet in June, and I told her how much I could not wait for that day. For a day that would now no longer come, because she's gone. So the lesson we learned there is that if you feel the need, or even if you don't feel the need, tell the people close to you that you love them. Because you never know if it might be your last chance. Now, before I before I end the video, I want to say two things. I'm gonna be okay, and that this video isn't about me. Okay? In all honesty, I've I've spent the entire last week hearing people basically giving me well wishes and you know all that shit. The comforting thing of friends going, "Hey, if you need anything, we're here for you." But I want people to be there for Pandy too. So I'm gonna be I'm gonna want people that either got to interact with Pandy, that got to meet her in some form, whether it was through a Twitch chat or through Discord or anywhere. Tell your own stories about Pandy here, please. I want people to see how amazing she was. Because, you know, a lot of people can't get to meet her now. And I'll be a dead man before the day I let her memory die out. And hopefully that'll be for hopefully at least a decently long time, She told me to live a damn long life, and I'm gonna live a damn long life. So, that's all. I wanted to, I wanted to say what I got to say. So I thank you all, and I'll be back whenever I get back. I don't give a shit how long it takes me, but It's not going to be the same streaming without her. I'm going to be fighting an uphill battle, but this video was, in a way, a sense of closure for me. Because it'll always be proof that I loved her. And hopefully it'll become proof that so many others loved her as well. Alright. Tell your friends and family that you love them while you still can. I know I will always be thankful for what I've gotten to do. And I will always continue on in her memory. I will love her until the end of my days. That's enough out of me. I'll see you guys all when I get back to doing shit. See ya for now.